What is up, guys? Thanks so much for joining me today. So we are doing a review on the FIFINE K432 webcam. We're gonna be talking about the pros, the cons, using it, my first impressions, some things that you might want to know about this webcam, as well as, is this the right webcam for you? All of that coming up on today's video. Pardon the weed whacking. So this webcam comes in this cute little box with some instructions. When I took it out of the box and plugged it in, it worked instantly. It showed up on all my devices. I was easily able to change over to this mic and have it work instantly. One of the nice things about this webcam is it has a little red light when it turns on, when it's powered up, and it also has a green light on it when you are recording on any device. And that's just a nice little indicator that it is indeed working. One of the first things that I noticed about this webcam when I turned it on and checked the footage to see how the quality was is that it was really blurry. And I wasn't really quite sure what to do about it. I checked the instructions. I was like, what is going on? Why is it blurry? Maybe it's the lighting, right? So I played with the lighting and I still couldn't get the blurriness to go away. So there's something that you need to know about this webcam right now so that you do not make the mistakes that I have made with this webcam. And that is that it has a focus ring on the front of it. Now, I've only worked with webcams that have autofocus, so you don't really have to play with any of the focus yourself. But this one, it does have a focus ring, which has little notches on each side of it, so you can easily turn it back and forth. So if your footage is blurry, which it should not be when it's correctly focused, just move that dial around a couple times and see if it focuses after that. So let's talk about the color really quickly. I felt like this webcam undersaturated a little bit more than I've seen in the past. I'm comparing this to my iMac built-in webcam that really kind of oversaturates, as I feel like. This one is a little bit more neutral colors. It still does a really good job grabbing the natural colors of my clothing and my face, but just a little bit less saturated than some other webcams that you might see. Lighting. Lighting is something that is very, very important to most of us considering buying a webcam. And here's how I feel about the lighting when it comes to this FIFINE webcam. It takes a little bit for it to respond to different lighting situations. So if I move an object closer to the camera, it will adjust and change maybe the color and the lighting, the exposure of the camera. However, when I'm further away from the camera, it seems to want to blow out some of the lighter parts of the image, which would include my face. So I did notice that that was a little bit of a problem depending on how much light you had in the room. This webcam works really well in lower lit spaces. So I had my 2 umbrella lights on and that was way too much for it. So I actually ended up using some smaller lights and backed up some of my umbrella lights so that it didn't have as much light in the shot and it responded a lot better. So let's first talk about, is this a good product for the price? I personally would say, yeah. You know, $35 doesn't really get you a lot in most places, but for this webcam, it focuses, you can shoot with it in darkly lit spaces, and it just responds really well. It has good speeds, it doesn't lag. I really think that this webcam is useful. It met my expectations. Is this a good product in 2020? It really depends on what you are doing. I would still actually say yes, and the reason why is not so much that it is the best webcam I've ever seen, because it's not, but for budget, for that kind of level, if you are starting a YouTube channel, if you're wanting to do webcam stuff, if you're wanting to do live streams, this webcam is gonna do the trick for you. It's going to do the job. So if you're wanting to spend a little bit less money and focus on other areas of your production, then I would strongly recommend getting this webcam for just $35. Speaking of price, FIFINE has actually given us a 10% discount on this webcam. And that's a couple dollars shaved off of that $35, so this is really a steal for the quality, for the value that you get. I would highly recommend going and checking out that link down below. The code is right below the link. So when you put that code in and purchase this, you should get 10% off of your purchase. Go check that out. So overall, I would say this is a good product, and I will be testing it, playing with it, experimenting with it, and implementing it into my live streams as we go forward. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the next video.